it's real, I aim high, don't. I came here to raise hell, I can't lie, one. I came here to raise hell, I can't lie, one. I came here to raise hell, I can't lie, one. I came here to raise, 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 I came here to raise hell, I can't lie, one. Shot, one kill, it's real, I aim high, don't. Shoot one shot if you ain't ready to die. Never get it fucked up, I got shooters for hire. Cause you don't want it, I like it.
It's your boy Weez, the one and only, one of the flyest. Actually, let me say one. I am the flyest of them all. You know what I'm saying? I got the pleasure of interviewing the one and only Phoolish, the legend himself.
What's up? It's your boy Phoolish.
Appreciate you.
Okay, Foolish Music. The Foolish one. Crazy guy. So, we're going to talk about some stuff.
Yeah, we're going to get right into it, man. Number one, first, I want to thank you. Show honor who you are. We appreciate you from the Krump community. Right. You know what I mean? Me, as another, male, I just want to say thank you for, your sacrifices, your ambition, going out here, putting your life on the line to the world and showing your artistic side and creativity and actually putting it out there, which has created a safe haven for me, my family, my son, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very appreciative for that. And I want to show that publicly and just not, in secret. You feel me?
Yeah, man, I appreciate your appreciation.
Come on, appreciation. We just appreciate it. So now let's I'm gonna relax, you know what I'm saying? Sit back and relax. So we want to do this interview just to highlight on who you are in the Krump community and kind of just so we can establish history inside of the Krump community from, the veterans to, first generation and so on. You know what I mean? And so this is the first of many. And Halo wanted to highlight you and what you're doing and what you got going and what you have done. So, you gave your introduction on Phoolish. Mm-hmm. How'd you get that name, man? Tell us that story. How'd you get the name Phoolish?
It's just I guess a regular street dance name, nickname, alias. It came from the whole clowning world. Time of the Clown, History Repeats Itself is popping right now, but at that time it was the same way it is now. It's a lot of kids, seeing this guy drive down the street playing loud music, people hopping out, dancing, being turned up, it's very exciting, At the same time, I remember my mind state. I was already just a kid, just, watching music videos, dancing all the time, like any other kid that, all that stuff you see on TV. So, once again, if you see somebody that's put it in your face, you don't just see it on TV, you actually see somebody doing it and, you get a live performance because, once again, like we said earlier, people don't go nowhere, people don't see nothing.
Yeah.
So, if you get that performance,
yes.
Concert type vibe or something, but you don't gotta pay or nothing. We come right to your front yard, you feel me, and get off in your shit, you feel me? What? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I could possibly do that too. Oh,
wow.
So I wanted to get into that at a very young age when I seen time, and this is in the 90s. Because for some reason, where I stay right here in Gardena, we live in another house down the street in Cashmere. Somebody used to be booking Tommy over there back then too. So we'll see that nigga come pull up and I'll be like, oh, this is crazy. So I always was creative, wanting to get into dancing and stuff like that. So just how the universe works is crazy. It was already manifesting me into that world because my nephew was already in a group of friends that used to dance at school with Joe Artist and Cesare at Washington.
That's tough.
Which was Todd Ice and Miho. So I'm in junior high school. This nigga coming home from school every day and yeah, man, niggas just made up this crazy ass dance. This is shit that's about to come out. you stirring that shit up, my nigga. Like, you feel me? You gotta hit that shit. I'm like, what? What is this? Like, this is like crazy. You feel me? It's like street news. You're not getting from nowhere. You gotta get it from the source. You feel me?
Man.
So, once again, like we was talking about, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So, if you know the right people and they telling you, oh, this is where it's at, you feel me? Like, this about to be the next wave, you feel me?
Facts.
That's like when somebody learned about the Millie Rock right before it came, you feel me?
Yeah,
But
I'm
like,
gonna read this over here.
now I see now, if you compare today's time with like back then on what was happening and what we was doing, you feel me? It was fucking crazy. So I come from that era and that world where everything was just, it was bubbling. So of course I gotta get in this shit, you feel me? Like, who am I gonna be? Like, I think I'm crazy, I think I'm funny, sometimes I got character, I like being that type of person. I'm foolish. I'm foolish. But at the same time, I think it was like the Eddie Griffin movie Phoolish that came out. So I didn't want to spell it with an F. I was like, I'm going to spell it with a PH. You feel me? But later on, it's like I said, everything kind of like come together. You feel me? So just playing into that character, I'm like, I want to do a lot of stuff. Like, I don't want to just dance. I want to like make music. You know, I want to create my own clothes. I want to put the color on it. I want to, you know, like, this type of world will make you be like that if you really one of those creative ass people,
Facts.
you know? So, once again, thank God for the culture because it gave us this lane where it's like, even if you just dance, you feel me? You don't have to just dance. You feel me? You could be somebody who draw, you feel me? And, you know, or somebody who just give musical advice, because some people don't do music, but they got all the musical etiquette, you feel me? Like, nah, it should be like, it's plenty of those people in the Krump world, you feel me? Like, they don't get off, they don't do nothing, but they're a part of it,
exactly.
you feel me? Like,
they
niggas be giving supportive suggestion and
that's really
all type of stuff, so I come from that world where I could even be one of them people if I was too shy to jump out there and really get off. If I was too shy to be like, I do want to say something funny, you know, too shy to think I was cool enough to go up and talk to that person, you know, like, I would have just been one of those, like, yeah, I think that's dope.
Yeah.
You know, but Krump is one of them things where it's like, who are you? What do you do? You get off, let me see.
Yeah.
You feel me? You draw, let me see. You feel me? Like, you sing, like, let me see. You rap, let me see. You know? Like we said, it's that
energy.
That possibility, that capable, they're so capable of so much. Because it was so much youth, you know, it's the future. And now you can see, who's we talking about Halo? What's his name? Bud's son.
Mini Fly?
Raw Boy.
That's his name. I don't know his name.
You talking about the old Mini
The
Fly?
one that's, he older than that.
Raw Boy.
My old big homie.
You feel me? He got Krump into his veins.
Like,
you feel me? Like,
his life.
Birthed in that shit.
Yes.
You know?
Legit.
So he's like a prodigy of. I like to look at him a lot because I see him as like he's a prototype of what a lot of kids are gonna be. You feel me? That's grew up in Krump. You feel me? And that's all like they know. You feel me? They gonna do all type of shit. They gonna be all type of creative, probably architects and doctors and all this stuff. But just a demeanor, you feel me? From what they got from Krump, they gonna be buck as fuck with how they like go at stuff. That's what we're saying. Like,
facts.
Now is the time for us to really set another new foundation of like being this type of business person, because that's what Krump is. You know, being this type of shark and go at stuff that hard, because that's what Krump is. You know, dancing is just moving, period, right?
Yeah, it's body language.
Right. So we saying Krump is like this futuristic dance. It's just language of the body, like speaking in a more different way, you know, speaking in a more, hey, you feel me? Do you hear me? Are you listening? You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, and that's dope as fuck. Like, it's dope, you know. time and time again, I feel like generations are just learning how to like speak, you feel me, to the future, you feel me, in some type of artistic way, and you know, just our artistic platform. So, you know, once again, like I think that's where it's going. You feel me? If we talking about the future, you feel me? It's trying to speak as fast as it can. You know, it's trying to say something. It's trying to teach us something about the energy. You know, like however we can create or whatever it is about creation, because that's all it is. We're just creators. So it's trying to tell us about creating, you know. And when I say it, I'm talking about Krump, the energy. You know, that's why people are coming up with doper concepts more and more every day. You know, like I said, the concrete and B-dash thing, or that last event where the dude did the technology iPad.
Slam. Yeah, Slam put the hat over the
you know,
iPad.
like the concepts, you know, they're getting more faster, straight to the point. You know, showing you how dope they can create.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Who's somebody in Krump that you think is dope now and previous?
Previous? I go previous first.
Like, yeah, who inspired you back in the day? Like, who was like, or was it like, nah, it's Foolish? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, honestly, I always was my own person. You do get inspiration from people, but I mean, it wasn't too many people, I'll be honest. Like, the closest person I can say that if I seen that person, it was like, man, this dude is crazy, but it was his energy, and that was Miho. You feel me? Miho's energy was always like something else. You feel me? But that's because it wasn't just dancing. And I'm not saying that because of the relationship I had with him, but I just learned it was more because of how personable of a person he was, you feel me, with his culture, and even then with the dance, how personable he made it feel, you feel me? So I feel like that's something I always kind of learned from him, you feel me? Not just like dancing, you feel me, but outside, you know, the person who you are, like just you being you represent yourself. But how you represent yourself shows from how you treat people, you feel me? How you're able to communicate with people, you feel me? How you know, stand just as a person, you feel me? And what you stand for, you know what I'm saying? So he's always inspired me, you feel me? I looked at Miho, you know, just like a great leader, you feel me? So and that's what I always just look for, just in people in general, you feel me? People being their own person, nigga being a leader, you feel me? Showing people the right way to go. And not saying it's no right or wrong, but you know, somebody that has a way. Because everybody don't have a way either, you feel me? Like,
facts.
Some people have a way that you can tell, like, okay, this person is going, like, in the right direction. You feel me? Direction is very, very important. You know, some people are great people, but they're misdirected. And I've seen that a lot too. Like, talented, amazing people, but just went the wrong way. Probably even myself, you know. Just speaking honest. And it happens in life, you feel me? That's all a part of, you know, your circle. You feel me? Who you surround yourself with. You know, that's what I learned is very important too. But futuristic, who I like as a new Krumper, I could say kind of like side by side. I like Concrete and I like Spartan. They kind of like, I seen them, I don't know, maybe because I kind of seen both of them around the same time when I first, you know, because I don't be knowing about everybody. I'll be honest about that. I feel like as a a leader in Krump or however people look at me, sometimes I don't be updated on who's who sometimes, you feel me? I know that when I go to a session, like, oh, that's, you know, I be...
We need a Krump roster.
Oh, really? Something, you feel me? Because I be, you know, I be lost sometimes, you feel me?
I done had this conversation off camera, too. I'm going to say it publicly so people really get it. We need a Krump roster.
But honestly, like, it's, as far as new Krumpers, it's not just him. I don't know. I feel like this, I might make a lot of people mad with me referencing names. And go, I'm not a new Krumper. What? I don't, bro. It's not like that. I'm just saying, like, what, or even like a B Dash. You feel me? Or it's just certain people that wasn't in the generation or that I got to Krump with personally. So I kind of separate them from people that I knew in their generation when they started coming up, and you know.
No, I get that.
So. But just people all in that generation or motherfuckers that came after me, like, I be liking a lot of people, you feel me? I don't even be knowing their name, but I'm like, that nigga's Buck, you feel me? Or like maybe a Ruin or something, you feel me? But I don't be knowing everybody's name. But it's a lot of new niggas that's like hard, you know? It's just certain people I only see in my mind, like, oh, that person is a leader. You know, like Beast, you feel me? He runs a lot of different stuff. Like, I see him moving stuff. Like, I like you because you're a leader. Feel me? My cousin Bash, like, he has his own little clothing line and stuff like that. You're a leader. You feel me? Anybody that's moving their own stuff, I like you. You're a leader. You know, that's who I like. Anybody in the future that's trying to do something. You feel me? No matter what it is, if you got a group of people and y'all moving towards something positive, you got a small community of people that y'all moving and y'all helping, that's who I like. You know? Because I don't know a lot of these people, but they come up to me, hey, Foolish, you know? But I like y'all because y'all know who I am, and we're all part of the same community trying to push something forward, trying to help a better cause. Whatever it is. You know, we're all just trying to be good old people.
That's what people wanted to ask you. So let's get into those questions.
Some good questions.
Check this out, see what we got going.
Some good questions.
Whoo, is this phone dead? That's crazy.
Didn't have the phone plugged in.
I could have sworn the phone was plugged up. Anyway.
2-minute warning.
Sheesh. Anyways. I know a few of them. So we got one question from Mr. Nate O'Brien. Okay. He wants to know, what's your favorite battle? Your favorite battle you ever seen?
My favorite battle I ever seen. Everybody though. My favorite battle personally, it was it's this Tight Eyes and Lil C battle, but it was like at the heightened. If anybody know about the history of Krump, you know, Chaz and Tight Eyes had this crazy feud where these, you know, these certain times these niggas like be like on fire with each other. You feel me? But you know, it was one time I guess they was like really getting. I'm talking about like calling each other like, nigga, I'm about to come over there. Nigga. Like, yeah, nigga, I need that, nigga. Like, I'm like, these niggas is really bucked. Like, they on a whole nother level sometimes. But like,
yeah. So this question is from my little homie Rowdy Weez. Shout out Capone out in Springfield, Massachusetts. He said, what can the new school use from old school past mistakes? And then his second question, you could probably partner this up. What's your take on originality?
Okay. Trying to put them together a little bit. What could the new school take from the old school mistakes?
Yeah. What did you learn? Like, what did you notice from the old school that they did wrong, and that the new school can avoid? And then
favoritism. A lot of favoritism I'm learning, and that's, once again, maybe it's just me, but I blame a lot of stuff on society. We're taught favoritism in society, you know, like just how life work sometimes and with groups of people. I like these people better, so I'm gonna treat them with a little bit more favor.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And Krump is supposed to be this community and environment. Even when I got introduced to it, or since I came from an earlier generation and got to feel like I got to have say so and how it should go and how we should create and how it should be. You know what I'm saying? My mind is thinking like, oh, this is free world. You feel me? Be how you want to be, all that type of stuff. You feel me? So I feel like if that's the type of environment we're creating, this equalitist type of environment, you feel me? We shouldn't be like going on this like my favorites, you know, just because I kind of kick with this person. These is my homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe it's because we were young, but now that I'm older, you feel me? I kind of live off of, you know, I don't care who you is. I'm gonna treat everybody the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody get the same treatment. You feel me? I don't care how much I like you, how cool I am with you, how cool I'm not with you. I'm gonna treat everybody like at the same tone, so we can kind of like all operate on the same tone, or know that there's some type of balance that we can all come to. You feel me? At least communicate. You feel me? And I feel like that's where us OGs or whatever, a lot of past communication errors occurred. You feel me? Because we didn't communicate properly, probably due to favoritism. I might not speak up on these certain situations because this is my boy, but Whoopie Whoop is busting this nigga out.
Foolish the Krumper, you know what I'm saying? We know Foo from Shake City, hosting all of the above, the legendary group Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? First gen Krumper, and then Foolish music.
Foolish music.
Talk about it. Give us what you got going with that.
Just basically utilizing everything I've got from just the culture of Krump. You feel me? How it's helped me develop my own sound and music and production, and being an engineer also. You feel me? You know, do all type of like mixes with different people. It's helped me get into other musical avenues such as like electronic music and DJing, and you know, all this different stuff. So, you know, just being in that world, you know, it's opened up another world for me, and I've witnessed that it's did it for a host of other producers and musical or music influenced crumpers. You know, so there are crumpers who don't crump as much now, but you know, I have some type of relationship with them, or I, you know them in a musical type of relationship, you know, or we might, you know, kick shit, you know, sometimes here and there about some music, but our common ground is music.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Krump. I'm sorry. Common ground basically is Krump. You know, we only know each other because of Krump. You know, I'm only sitting in the studio with you, or you let me sit in your studio somehow, some way. We know each other through this environment. So, me doing music, it all reverts back to Krump and everything I've learned from being in, whether it's an environment of session or, you know, just personal, like just vibing out on some buck stuff, you know, just different dope people who have these different characters, you feel me, and are influenced musically, you feel me, sonically, sound, you feel me, all these different ways. Like I've been able to mix it up with a lot of different people, but I've turned that, you know, into my own little bubble, you know, whatever I'm creating, you know. I made a lot of classic tracks or whatever, Glory to God, and, all these like repping tracks when niggas was doing all that Christ up stuff. And, you know, I always been somebody who, you know, promoted the sound of Krump, you know, knew what it was, knew what it needed, and was able to, how do you say it, portray or, you know, design that sound. And display it, you know, to an audience. You feel me? Like some people didn't know how to create, you know, what we was feeling or what we was saying. We'll be like, yeah, that's Buck. You feel me? But how do you show somebody else who really don't know what Buck is, you know, what Krump is and the sound? So Krump taught me that I can do that. You feel me? And with that talent, it taught me that I can do that with other sounds or just anything. You feel me? I can create skits or, you know, anything that has to do with plays, soundtracks, all that stuff. So it kind of taught me, you know, you have talents, you know, in these different worlds, but had you not known that you could do Krump music first, you wouldn't have known that you can, like, go do a soundtrack for a movie or something like that. But Krump music, you know, it's, thank God that I was, you know, able to be just, you know, introduced to it. You feel me? Because it opened up so many other avenues for me to be a producer, artist, and just be able to, you know, just trace different musical dreams and have the freedom of doing it. Because other people, you feel me? It's a lot of people want to be rappers or just doing some type of music thing, and I understood Krump has given me a platform. You feel me? For me to have my own studio or setup. You feel me? And I'm able to create what I want to create when my mind is working, you know, have my colleagues and people that I want to work with, you know, because that's another struggle of like artists, you know, up and coming artists and people who want to do music, you know. We want to do music, but sometimes we don't have a place that we can go. We don't have a home, we don't have a studio. You know, these things are the struggles of an artist.
Yeah.
So I understand me also having, you know, my own equipment and stuff. That's the advantage, you know, that's some things that people don't have.
Yeah.
You know, so just all these are different factors and who I am, you know, what I'm able to do, different services I'm able to provide, you know. So really Foolish is it's a host of a lot of stuff, Foolish music. That's why I kind of named it Foolish music. You know, I'm doing music on myself, but it's just a host of a lot of different services. I'm able to attach myself to a lot of different things. So that's really what it is, you know. Just me trying to represent myself more so in a more professional business aspect. Like, oh, you remember Foolish? Well, he does this now. You know, so really those are my aspirations. You know, I might have some management, you feel me, under my team or, you know, some just different type of you know, just guidance. You feel me? Different people probably like work for me. We probably mold, you know, different characters, different artists, different people who don't know what the direction they want to go. But you know, maybe I have a group of people that you can sit down with and they'll help you, you know, figure out like what you really want to do. You know, so that's really where I am with myself, knowing that, you know, I am an innovator, somebody that like likes to help people, you know, like to see people flourish, you know what I'm saying? See something in people that they really don't see themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like producing, you know, not just music. I like producing stuff, people, producing energies, producing things people never seen before, you know. So I'm trying to figure out a way how I can do that to the highest capacity, you know, or find people that help me do it in a way that I didn't even know I could do it, you know.
So Foolish music is not just necessarily like you as an artist, it's you as a company.
For sure. That's exactly what it is.
That's dope. And you engineer, produce, all of it, write.
Right. Of course,
dance, curate, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All of the above under
Edit,
one house.
You feel me? Like all this stuff, you know.
That's dope. And I think I was here when you was you did Crucial's intro, right?
Definitely did.
At the Beach Camp.
Man, I'll be behind the scenes on a lot of stuff. You feel me? A lot of people hit me up and, you know, hey, can you just listen to this track from me or tell me, you know? So
yeah.
Even I guess I'm a consultant musically sometimes.
That's
know?
tight.
Consult people like, hey, you know, go this direction, you know. So it's all type of ways.
So can we expect another Krump album from you, or a music album? What can we expect next from Foolish music?
I'm kind of like all over the place right now, but I am aspiring to make like a new, just Krump vibe, you know, or whatever Krump is to me now, cause I have struggles right now musically and me kind of like me telling people what Krump is to me, because everybody has their own view on Krump, but you know, for me now, I'm learning that I'm kind of selfish with my Krump, and I'm learning it's kind of like my piece or my little, you know, like my little, you know, it's my little safe haven. You know, like this is mine.